You'd think after doing like 400 of these, you'd want to be prepared when you push the record button, but it seemed like we never were. So why would I change that now? Hello, everyone. I guess I'm back for now. It's been a hot minute since I did one of these. And I kind of disappeared without letting anybody know what was going on. And I would apologize, but you're all greedy pigs, so I don't owe you anything. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a rough couple of months for me, personally, physically, mentally. And if I'm being honest, I wasn't very motivated to do these. I still think doing them alone is a very different thing. And I still don't know how much I enjoy doing them by myself. Fucking goddamn, I'm not cutting that out. I'm way too lazy to go back and record this. Doing them by myself, I still don't know how fun they are or how much I enjoy them. But when I did those initial 3, they were just talking about mine and Scott's friendship. It was good therapy. So currently at this very moment, I feel like I need to do some more therapy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come on here and just talk a little bit. I don't want to do a super long one. But I do want to come on here and just give an update, see what's going on and how the world of podcasts is going. Like I said, I'll apologize for not doing anymore, but again, you're greedy pigs. You don't deserve anything. But I do feel bad because I know that in the past when this was a fully functioning podcast that had 2 people doing it and pretty consistently did them every week, even against the will of one of the 2 participants. It's gotta suck when that just disappears and you don't have anything in your ears. That's probably how I would feel if I ever lost Joe Rogan. Of course, I'm just kidding, but yeah, it's been a rough couple of rough months. I think winter and darkness imprisoning me, all that I see. I do get pretty bad seasonal depression. It's self-induced, self-inflicted, because I've definitely become, as much as I'm a hermit in my normal life all the time, at least during warmer temperatures, I can go hiking or go outside or do activities, but in the winter, I don't want to. I don't enjoy being cold necessarily. I don't enjoy being wet necessarily. Granted, Vancouver had an unseasonable warm winter up until about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. No, 3 weeks ago, where it snowed a bunch. And now it's back to just being like it's normal, like not that cold, kind of rainy, which is nice. It's a good change. But yeah, I definitely do get it real hard in the winter. Makes me more of a hermit, makes me less social. Definitely, I always gain winter weight because I eat like shit and I don't exercise. But it's getting bad. It got really bad. Last week was probably the worst for me. And we're here to talk about it. So I don't know, and I mean, this is a shocker to no one. I don't know that I had properly or even like acknowledged that I hadn't like fully grieved the process of losing Scott, obviously. I was putting on a tough face and a really... It's weird because, like, you know, the steps of acceptance and how they come, or how they're in theory supposed to come. And I feel like for me, acceptance was first as opposed to being towards the end, or the middle, I guess. And again, it's not like I wasn't sad, not like I wasn't upset or depressed about it or anything, but I definitely wasn't. I wasn't showing the emotions I typically thought I would. I think talking about it a lot was really great, and getting it out helped. But I feel like I'm at this weird crossroads at the moment where I'm going to call it, what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it the Poochie paradox, I guess. So the Poochie paradox is when Scott's not on camera, everyone should be asking where Scott is. I'm at that point now of the grief where the people that are like, sort of, if there's like a really small circle in the middle with incrementally larger circles going away from that center, and as the furthest ones sort of just like pop and dissipate, and then it becomes a little bit smaller and pops and dissipates and becomes a little bit smaller until it gets closer and closer. And like, that's the, like the people on the outside of closeness to the situation. It gets smaller and smaller, and then it's like, and it's like a very normal part of grieving, and then very normal part of the circumstances is like, I'm obviously in that almost the very center of that smallest circle. And as those other circles are like disappearing and popping and it's shrinking, and you're like, it's sort of like why aren't people still talking about Scott or bringing up Scott, or he's not, shut the fuck up. As you can hear, isn't that weird? That was perfect timing. As you can hear, there is a secondary cat in this room. And I didn't mean that god damn it. Haru, away from the keyboard, please. I didn't mean that technically in spirit. I meant that in, tangible means of there is physically a cat in the room. But now he did that at a perfect time. So are you going to make more noise, or are you going to get off the fucking desk? Are you going to get off the desk? Anyways, congratulations. I didn't think he would make noise, but this is my stepchild, Haru. He's gone. He's already gone. I can't close the door to here because he loses his goddamn mind when there's closed doors. So I had to leave it a little bit open. And because mom's at work, dad has to entertain him. And so he's grumpy that I'm not hassling him. Anyways. So yeah, the point that I'm in is like, less people talk to me about Scott. Now, granted, I did put up fences and barricades and sort of prevent a lot of that from coming to me, because I just didn't want to talk to random strangers. But, like less and less people just seeing how it is, checking in, or like mentioning him or bringing him up. And so there's that part of it. But then there's also the part of it where like, the other people that I'm close with that are closer to my small circle, talking about him actually like makes me sad and upset. So it's like, I can't win either way. Like, yes, we should introduce a new character into Itchy and Scratchy, but then also, can it be better than Poochie? I know that's a terrible analogy, but like, I want to talk, but I don't want to hear stories. I don't know. It's a really fucking dumb thing to say, but that's just sort of how I feel. And like, I don't know, it's been things have accumulated over the last little while that have like really been hitting me a lot, like at home. And obviously, like, there's a lot of fucking horrible things happening everywhere in the world. But of course, being this podcast being the news, not having a way of like making humor and jokes and pretending like we're the number one alt-right furry podcast on the internet, of like being able to get those things out. So then it's just like internalizing like jokes or anger or sarcasm or like whatever it is, with like the orange man taking over America, or just like how insane the rest of the world is as far as like fascists in Italy and just crazy shit happening around the world, and all of the very awful but then also very funny things that Trump has done. And you know, with like end of the year wrestling awards and the New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, the Dome show that happens every year, and then building up to WrestleMania, and like those are all the like big things for the podcast and for Scott and I in our friendship. And so all of those hitting at the same time was like a very tough thing for me, like, and especially like it crippled my creativity. I didn't want to just do a podcast for the sake of doing a podcast. I wanted to just like get in a hole and not come out. And it's tough because as much as I'm like like, it's funny to me because I'll never be able to tell Scott the very specific things of like, hey Scott, you know how you had all the time in the world to like literally all day, every day to watch like every wrestling match for match of the year, or like do the research on all the like tag team of the year, or like most improved like storyline, like all the things for the awards. I like literally would do it a couple days before, and I would just look on the internet for the most part. Like there was a lot of it that obviously I knew and I had seen, but a lot of it was just like, yeah, like I'm not gonna go and spend all of my free time watching every single match that's like over a 4-star rating or over an 8 that is like considered really good. Like I just don't have the time and effort for that. And so like all those times, like, I mean, I've said it before, but I said it in the previous podcast that I did, there was just like, you can always tell when there was something that maybe I didn't watch, because it'll be a lot of just like agreeable noises or very like vague insight while Scott's like going over things that he clearly either really enjoyed or just wants to talk about. And so it was a lot of like, yeah, it was pretty good. I don't think it's going to make my top whatever, but it was like, you know, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good because I just didn't have the time or effort to watch it. And then like I haven't watched Wrestle Kingdom for a couple reasons. Like obviously one is like it was such a big part of us doing the Dome Show preview and predictions, and then doing the review is like a big thing. Also just New Japan sucks, so I just didn't have the desire to go out of my way to watch it, and I heard from people that it wasn't that good. But also after that, obviously, and I'm kind of like, all right, well, maybe I'm just like, I haven't been watching wrestling. I just don't enjoy it at all. And I don't know if it's because I'm not actively wrestling, and again, like as much as I've said this on the last several podcasts I did back in like November, I'm still like, now I'm 50-50, now I'm 70-30, now I'm 20-80. Like, I don't know. I still honestly have no idea what I want to do right now, like physically, emotionally, mentally. I'm just like not that interested or invested in doing it. And I just don't have the same opportunities that I used to, because Scott was kind of like the connecting fabric and tissue for a lot of things, where he would get us stuff, and I just don't put the effort in. And it's not like I'm expecting to get things handed to me, but it's like, there are the same people that Scott would talk to give us opportunities. Maybe I just kind of expect to like have them say, yeah, if you want to do something, and stuff like that. Anyways, so yeah, there was the Dome Show stuff. There was and now obviously the build up to WrestleMania. It was the first Royal Rumble. It's all like little minor dumb things. But then last week was like the real tipping point. Like that was the real like, I full on breakdown, full on just like anxiety attack, and like full blown feline AIDS, and because New Japan finally decided to put their world title on one of the two guys that for 10 years Scott and I have been saying, just once. You gave the title to Manabu Nakanishi, and you can't give the title to Tomohiro Ishii or Hiroki Goto? Are you kidding me? And they finally did. I mean, Ishii was more of Scott's guy, and Goto was more of my guy, but we were both connected. Like, we both liked them, almost equally. And so, waking up in the morning on Tuesday last week, finding out that overnight Goto had finally won the title after all these years. And I mean, probably too late, because he was in his prime in 14, 15, 16, and now we're in 25, but better late than never. And that was just sort of like a major tipping point for me. Was like, fuck, like I can't even celebrate this. Like I can't be happy that something I wanted for years, of a person I really like and really wanted to, achieve this. Like I'm not even like so happy about it that I got to watch it, So it's been real just shitty. And then just like other things like in my personal life that like it's directly affected or has affected me equally. So it's just been a lot going on. And the therapy of coming and talking is nice, even though I don't know who's even listening to this for the most part. But I do feel like I'm happy that I have people around, even if there's like 4 of you listening. I'm still glad that there's people out there, that there is a small collection of people that want to hear what's going on, or stick it. The hell was that? Garbage truck. This mic is very sensitive. Yeah, like I didn't want to just disappear into into nothing and never. I want to do stuff. I just need to get back into like a feeling of it's worth anything, or its purpose is there, or like I have something to say, or I can make like jokes and be funny, or have people come and co-host or do something, because it's not going to be the same, and I don't want to put out content that's not as good, that's not as important, or not as funny or as entertaining or whatever. And also like I want to keep doing the stories, but again, I just like was not mentally in a state where I wanted to record. And also, if I'm being honest, I wasn't very happy with how it turned out. I feel like I rushed it, and I really should have like prepared a lot better for it, because it took me a long time to record it, and then even after the fact I just like wasn't happy with it. So and I like legitimately have not read, and I haven't read the comments, I haven't looked at the views on the spooky stories or spooky tales, because I just like, I don't know, I just don't want to see. I will once this gets uploaded, obviously I'll have to look, because I'll be uploading it on YouTube. And hopefully there's a lot of positive feedback on that, or not a lot of negative feedback, because I thought it wasn't that great. Yeah. So that's where, right this second, that's where I'm at. I'm not currently wrestling. I wanted to play a funny clip, but I didn't want to play it at the very beginning of the pod for fear of getting flagged. And like, this is how I was feeling before I recorded.
Attention HO scale passengers. The dining car is closed. Root beer is still available, but the cost is now $6.50. If the passengers will look to the right, you will see a sad man. That is all.
That's how I felt before I was doing all this, but listen, talking is good. Talking is better. Getting things out is great. Yeah. So, after all of that conversation, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody's as healthy and happy as they can be, and that all of the horrible things going on in the world are not affecting you as awfully as they could be. That it's a real crapshoot out there, and it's bad when you've made Canadians mad. That's when it's really bad. On top of everything, you people, you greedy little pigs, don't even know the things I'm going to do for you in the next 20 minutes. I have been accumulating so many snacks that I keep adding to the pile of things, saying out loud to myself and to my partner, this is for the podcast. I'm going to record an episode of the podcast where I try this and blah, blah, blah. Because that was like kind of the bread and butter of the podcast at a certain point, of trying wacky and weird and wild things. And boy, oh boy, do I have some disgusting things that I'm going to try right now. So there have been a couple months of me going to very specific Asian markets for no specific reason, other than the fact that my partner is Korean and we go to a lot of markets, Korean and other Asian, and they have their Lunar New Year celebration, which we used to call Chinese New Year, but the woke society got a hold of it and realized that despite the fact that we can't tell them apart, we can't call it Chinese New Year anymore. So now it is just Lunar New Year. So there were several Lunar New Year exclusives that I am now behind on because it's come and gone. I also have one that I got around Christmas time that is, I've gotten quite good at reading the difference between Korean and Chinese. I believe this is Chinese. It is like a holiday flavored Oreos, like Christmas box, which has 5 different varieties on it, and I don't even know what one of them is. I also managed to get a hold of a Korean exclusive Baskin Robbins Rainbow Sorbet water that I'm uncertain if I will like, but we'll find out. And I got about, I don't even know, like 6 bags of chips, maybe 7. And then I've been recently very interested in, I'm gonna breaking news here. I've had it, but recently the Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red Monster Energy Zero Sugar has been my jam, and so I'm gonna do the 23 minutes in ceremonial popping of the energy drink and wet my whistle before I put disgusting potato chips in my mouth. Some of them are probably pretty good, and some of them are probably going to make me want to vomit. There were 2 other flavored things that I did purchase, but during the time period of buying them and then not recording a podcast, I did decide to eat them. They were like, if people are familiar with Ultraman, they were Ultraman branded Cheetos. One was like chicken drumstick, and one was like beef sirloin or something, and they were both pretty crappy. The flavor just like wasn't strong at all, and despite them being marketed as like crunchy Cheetos, they were actually like kind of a weird hybrid, because they were baked to be the crunchy ones, but they were still so puffy and like not like hard solid that they were kind of like soft Cheetos, which I don't like at all. But yeah, the flavor was kind of crappy and they looked sickly. So I'm going to take a giant sip of this energy drink before I dive into poison chips. Delicious. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to grab a bag. I don't remember exactly what all of the flavors are. And there's one. Oh, God, I got what I thought was going to be the good one first. Well, son of a bitch. I believe this is a Korean. Yeah, this is a Korean exclusive. The one thing I have learned about international snacks is what I was going to say. Especially Doritos, non-North America. Actually, that's not true because Mexico's are better too. Non-Canadian and U.S. potato chips are so much better than American and Canadian chips because they're hard. They're a little bit crunchier. They're a little bit harder and like less salty, and the flavor is like either on a chip that you would identify as being too flavorful here is less flavorful. Now you get your ass out of here. No chips for cats, except for this cat. Go. Hey, get out of here. Scooch. He's a big ass cat, by the way. Very big. Yeah, so either the flavor is less, a little bit less, or if it's something you would think that doesn't have a good flavor, it is a little bit more flavor. So like it's the best of both worlds. Anyways, these are Doritos. They are late night. The Doritos late night brand that they've been putting out other places, and this one is a seasoned galbi chicken, which galbi is pretty decent. I would put it on a 6 out of 10 typically, and I hope these are a little bit more solid. Like they probably are. By solid I mean crunchier. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They're expired, but that doesn't mean anything. All right, let's get these hard fucking bags open. I apologize to all the Chris Goodwins out there who don't appreciate a good ASMR chewing, but fuck you, Chris. They smell good. Do you know, they kind of smell like a Mr. Noodle when you open the ramen bag before you like do anything. That's kind of the vague smell I get from it. You know what? It's real good. It's real good. It's subtle taste, harder chip. Yeah, the flavor doesn't last very long once you actually get it in your mouth. But yeah, they're good. They're like well baked. Yeah, I like these. These are I'm great. I got the best one. The best one first is always the way to go. All right. What else is in this giant box of chips? Oh, no. I got one of the bad ones. So this one is a Chinese exclusive that I don't think was a Lunar New Year. I think it was just a regular chip. It is a Lay's with apparently... well, if I could read goddamn Chinese, I'd tell you what it says. But I believe it says 50% less salt or 50% less sodium, maybe. This is definitely one of the ones I was not looking forward to because it is a roasted garlic oyster flavor. I do not care for the seafood, especially the things that grow on the bottom of the sea, and not thrilled. Also, typically Lay's kind of has crappy chips. So let's see what this one tastes like. Oh, I ripped the bag wrong. Let's see what we got here. Oh God. horrible smell. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, I don't want to do this. It's so bad. It is so bad. Oh, like it is like the most fishy seafood smell. Oh, God. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, it tastes exactly like an oyster. Oh, and the garlic is too subtle. Oh, that's that's going to be the bottom, except for there's one other bad one. But, oh, that's terrible. Let's palate cleanse with a nice monster. Oh, God. Okay, I don't know if I want to cleanse with an Oreo or I want to just keep doing the chips until I get to the end. Oh, no, I'll do the chips. There's four left, so I had 6 bags. 7 bags. So because there was a hidden one. So there is 5 more. Haru, can you please leave me alone to die in my oyster mouth? Thank you. God, he's such a pain in the ass. But I love him. Okay, here is a Lunar New Year exclusive Lay's that would also appear to be Chinese, but it is Lunar New Year exclusive. This one's less gross than the oysters because it's something I would eat, but I can't imagine it's going to be good as a potato chip. This is the creamy lobster flavor of Lay's. The worst part about Asia, other than there's too many of them, is they love seafood, and I hate seafood, as I stated before. So, oh God, I can't even open this one. What the hell's going on? It even says at the top of the bag, easy to open. Maybe I'm just old and feeble now. Anyways, let's see what this one's got. I mean, it smells like lobster. It smells like... No, it's small. Give me a bigger one. You know what? It's, smells okay. It's very lobstery. Not necessarily bad. I don't know that I would ever need to eat this chip again. But, like, it's fine. But I would never need to buy another bag of this. It's... Again, Lay's make such shitty chips. Like, the quality of the chip. But... Yeah, it's a fine. It's a nice runner-up to the very good Doritos. And it's nowhere near as bad as the garlic oyster one. Luckily, these are all small bags, too, so I'm not going to feel guilty about throwing out a bunch of chips I just bought, like, in the last couple months. I hope this is enjoyable enough for everyone, because I'm doing this for you. Are you proud now? Are you happy? You're never happy. Oh, that monster palate cleanser is doing nothing. All right, I only remember what one of the flavors left is, and it's the second worst one. So I'm hoping I don't grab that one. Oh, I got the other good one. Damn it. All right. This is yet again. This one might be. This is definitely a Southeast Asia one. I can't tell the difference between Indonesia and Thailand because I'm a white man. So it's one of them. But it's a good flavor. It is a roasted cumin lamb skewer flavor. Again, it's a Lay's. I think the rest of them are all Lay's. Oh no, there's one more Doritos. And a surprise Cheetos. Alright, let's see what this lamb skewer one is. Very, very underwhelming smell. Like, it doesn't even it smells like just like plain potato chips. All right, let's see what we got here. By the way, it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and this is my lunch. You know what? That's real good. It's got like a the tiniest bit of spice that kind of gets like the side of your tongue. I mean, again, I wish it wasn't a Lay's, but yeah, like the coon flavor is not bad, and it's got like a little bit of, like a lamb hint to it, but it's not like a meaty chip, which is great because meat chips are disgusting for the most part. But yeah, like really solid flavor. Really good, like good little hint of spice, little hint of tingling of spice. I think so. I think that one's better than the lobster one. So I think that is number 2, as it stands. I've separated them on the table in the order of how I think they're good, and then I've put oyster literally as far away from me as it can be on the table because it's disgusting. All right. 3 more. Oh boy! All right, I'm going. Now I can tell which chip is each. So I'm going to do the Cheetos because I want to. Now, I can't read Korean yet, and who knows if I ever will because I'm a big dumb dummy. But these are Korean ones. I'm going to say it's like maybe a bulgogi. Judging by the picture on the side of it, it looks like it might be a bulgogi flavored Cheetos. I think these are the first ones I bought, and they're not expired yet. They are very close though. Well, let's see what these bulgogi Cheetos taste like. They look exactly like the Ultraman ones that I tried before, which were pretty crappy. And these ones kind of look exactly the same. So I'm thinking they're going to be, they're like halfway between crunchy and puffy, which I don't really like. They don't really smell like anything. There's no taste. Like, not even cheese. Like, they don't taste like Cheetos. And they don't taste like bulgogi. They taste like a bugle. Like a flavorless bugle. Yeah, those suck. Those are real underwhelming. Ugh, yeah, at this point with that one goes after lobster, but well before oyster. Now I got to play the game of do I take the bad one now, or do I take the bad one last? Granted, I've got Oreos and a Baskin Robbins drink, but I don't even remember what the other Lay's flavor is, though. Could it potentially also be awful, and I'm just setting myself up for failure? Fuck it, let's do the gross one last. The other Lay's flavor is Vietnamese. I thought it was a... No, I guess it's not. But it is almost exclusively, every word on this is Vietnamese, except for the sticker they put over the nutritional facts because they have to put English on the package. It is Lay's again, which again, not that thrilled about. And it is baked prawn with melted cheese. I don't mind prawns, so that's fine. But as long as it's not a very strong fish smell, we'll be okay. And by fish, I mean seafood, because I know it's not fish. It's a very, very strong butter smell. Like, overwhelming butter smell. You know what? They could very much remove the baked prawn from this. Like, I get no hint of prawn. I get cheese and butter is what I get. That's a big ass chip. I don't want a big ass chip. Yeah. No prawn flavor. Just like a cheesy, buttery potato chip. Not bad at all. I think it's still better. It's better than the Cheetos. Is it better than the creamy lobster? You know what? It is better than the creamy lobster, only because it doesn't have a seafoody aftertaste, which I don't love. So that, you know what? That one's going at number 3. That one's going number 3 on the list. Oh. Wouldn't it be great if this was a video podcast so you could actually see the bullshit I'm doing? And so finally, hold on, let me look in the bag. Gum, candy. Yeah, that's it. All right, so the last one, which is a second Doritos, which appears to be of the Chinese variety. Oh, this isn't even... Maybe I didn't buy the bad one. Oh. Well, I've done one of my classic fibs, where I told you there was another one in here worse than the garlic oyster, but I obviously didn't buy it, which I'm now happy about, because it was a cuttlefish flavor, which I don't even know what cuttlefish tastes like. I just know it from South Park and from nature documentaries, and I was thinking it was going to be fucking horrible. But apparently I didn't buy it. Probably because I thought it would be fucking horrible. I don't know why I thought I would like garlic oyster more, but I apologize to those who I have offended by saying I had 2 gross varieties, because this one might be okay. This, again, is Chinese. It is a Doritos. It does not have... Oh, there's a little sticker at the bottom. No English other than the nutritional facts sticker, except for this little tiny sticker they put on the bottom that says corn chips, which, yes, I guess, shrimp and garlic flavored Doritos. I'm getting real tired of this this seafood business, but here we are. Oh god, these bags are... Because my hands are greasy from the chips. Oh, there we go. All right, Doritos, what do you got for me? Oh, that's a potent smell. That is a Oh, it's a. I'm. How dare I say that this is a Chinese product? It is a product of Taiwan. I'm pulling an opposite John Cena, where I'm. No, you son of a bitch, Haru. These aren't for you. Don't put your fucking face in there. Don't you? It's not for you. I don't even think you'd like shrimp. Okay, fine. Smell them. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to take a pause while the cat smells the bags of chips, so he'll leave us the fuck alone. Ah! What are you doing? Don't step on the keyboard. Heart. You're such a... If I didn't love you so much, I'd strangle you with my own hands. Hey. 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 Look at me. I am the captain now. Okay, go. Go. God, you can't leave him alone for an hour without him getting needy. And he's the worst, because I want him to be a lap cat, and he doesn't want to be a lap cat at night. He, like, at all. He just wants to, like, lay sort of near you, but not. But then during the day or the morning, he's the most needy little bitch. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Get out of the fucking room, fucking cat. Where was I? Shrimp and garlic flavored Doritos? Again, I guess there is a little bit of seafood smell. A little bit. Oh. I mean, the chip quality, great. Oh, that's a little bit too shrimpy. I mean, again, I like shrimp. I don't like shrimp flavor, I guess. Yeah, that's a real strong shrimp flavor, which I am not thrilled about. Oh, yeah, no. I think it's... The problem with the Cheetos is the Cheetos has no flavor. So obviously the Cheetos should be lower. But I could eat the whole bag of Cheetos. I don't think I could eat the whole bag of this. It's like... It's not a good... It seems like obviously, an artificial shrimp flavor, which is not delightful. So I think it's going to go... Yeah. So I've got the order lined up. Obviously, the bottom is the roasted garlic oyster flavor. As I nearly gagged and threw up just from smelling it. Then the Doritos shrimp and garlic is next. Oh, actually, maybe it says on the country of origin on the back. Instead of me just assuming they're all from China. Product. Oh, well, I was right. It was product of China. China, Taiwan. Then you got what I assume is bulgogi Cheetos, but like it has no flavor, so it's just nothing. This is a product of Korea, obviously, because I can see that it's a Korean writing. Then the creamy lobster flavor, which was okay, but again, not great. Again, a reverse John Cena. This is from Taiwan, not China. I apologize to all my lovely supporters in Taiwan, who are their own independent country for now. And then obviously the Vietnamese baked prawn and melted cheese, which again, not a lot of baked prawn, but definitely a melted cheese and butter flavor. Number 2 was the Lay's roasted cumin lamb skewers, which is a product of, oh no, China. They're back in the lead. Yeah, like good cumin flavor, like only a hint of lamb, which is nice. And I just wish it wasn't a Lay's chip. I wish it was something else. Number 1, easily number 1, which I thought would be number 1. It actually even says on the package, world number 1. I don't know for what, but sure as shit is number 1. is the Korean exclusive late night Doritos seasoned galbi chicken. That is easily number one. And the good news is, all the other ones have disappeared from the store, but the late night, these ones are still available. So now I can go buy an adult-sized bag and eat them for dinner. All right, now that we're out of the savory part of the podcast, and my mouth is full of sores from chewing chips, let's move on to this Christmas package of Chinese Oreos that I got from a T&T supermarket. It says product of China. It's going to be really funny later when all of my organs fail. So, on the package, it's got 5 different varieties, which I can definitely make out what I guess 4 of them are. So, the picture is 5 individual Oreos going from side across the front of the package next to each other. Some are a little bit higher than the other ones, some are a little bit lower than the other ones, but they go across with this sort of color association with each Oreo. And then they got a little picture of what the individual item inside the Oreos are. And since this is Asian, I'm going to go, I mean, it's not the right analogy, or not the right statement, but I'm going to say it because it's stupid. I'm going to go right to left as opposed to left to right, because the left one is the weird one. So there appears there's an orange one that I can make out a like fruity, peachy looking drink. So I assume it's a peach one. Then the next one is a green that has a matcha drink or like a sorbet. So I'm going to assume it's a matcha. The middle one is divided half and half between green and pink. And it looks like it has a green grape and a peach. So I'm going to assume it's a grape peach, which is a weird combo for an Oreo at least. The fourth one is a divided half and half pinkish red and purple, which has a raspberry and a blueberry on it. So I can assume that's a raspberry blueberry Oreo. And the last one appears to have what I can only describe as drops of cum. It looks like a squirt of white stuff. So either it's a boring ass regular Oreo, which is not a boring ass Oreo. It's boring ass in this situation because these are supposed to be fancy Chinese flavors and not regular Oreos. Now, if I was buying a package for regular Oreos, I wouldn't call Oreos boring ass Oreos because I love Oreos. So it's either a regular Oreo or it's some kind of weird Chinese cum I'm not familiar with. Hopefully it's the first one. I'm going to open it. I know which ones I'm least excited about. I'm least excited about the matcha one. Not that I don't like matcha, but I just don't need an... maybe I'm wrong and it's going to end up being the best one. But I'm curious about the grape peach, and then I'm also obviously curious about the cum. So I'm going to get one of each. Luckily, they're all like nicely individually packaged inside the thing. Except for I'm seeing a lot of the exact same one. Maybe they chipped me out of this and I only got the... All right, which one am I missing? I'm missing the cum. Please give me the cum. There's the cum. Looking at the actual package, it would appear that it's a regular Oreo, which I'm both happy about and also disappointed in China. China, do better. You have the skills and the money. You have everyone's money. Do better. So, I think I'm going to start with the matcha one because it's the one I'm least thrilled about. And there is no English writing on this package. Oh, in fact, there's no English writing on the box either. I didn't really notice that, but... Oh, there's 2 per package. Well, look at you, China. You're doing a good job. Yeah, definitely 100% matcha. Yeah. Now, what I stated earlier about how chips outside of America and Canada typically are better because especially the Doritos, because the chip quality is a lot more like crunchier, firmer. Just the way they're baked is better. I've become very aware as soon as I opened this, or as soon as I took a bite out of it, that the quality of cookies in China, not as good. These Oreos are like, the quality of the Oreo is not nearly as good as the stuff you get here. Very like, a lot more like a wafery biscuit than an Oreo, harder Oreo. And then the inside stuff, like, can I even separate this? I need to try on the full one. Oh, I mean, I can separate it, but yeah, that matcha stuff inside does not look as stupid as this sounds. It looks too artificial for an Oreo cookie. Yeah, flavor is good. I shouldn't have been so negative on it. I get now that I have had it, but the cookie quality is dog shit. I'm gonna do the cum just because I want to see if it's just a regular Oreo. Because if it's a regular Oreo, then it's going to be the worst one because I'm going to be comparing it to good American and Canadian Oreos. Yeah, I think it's just a regular Oreo. Ooh, interesting. I'm going to do this with my mouth full because I know how much people hate that. It is a regular Oreo, but the quality of the cookie compared to the cookie from the matcha one, much better. Almost like it's almost like a regular Oreo. It's still a little bit less crunchy, like less quality than a regular one, but it's better than the matcha one. All right. Better than the matcha one. So, which one do I want to try first? Well, I got 2 peach. Let's spread the peach ones out. So let's do regular peach. Because I feel like I've had a regular American-made peach Oreo. Or maybe not, but I feel like maybe I have. Wow. That is very potent. In a good way. Like, that is a very peach-smelling Oreo. Hopefully it's good. Okay, I'm going to do it with my mouth full because I know how much everybody loves that. The cookie is back to matcha level, not regular level, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised about. But the flavor is good. It is a little like, it's wild because the smell is very potent, but the taste is very subdued. But it is still enjoyable. It is still very good. I'm definitely going to eat that second cookie. I mean, I'll eat the second Oreo too. I don't know if I'll eat the other matcha one. We'll see. Depends how much of a greedy pig I am later. But yeah, like the flavor's not as strong as the smell. And again, the cookie's not as great as a regular Oreo, but I mean, I've had worse, obviously. So I guess I said if I'm splitting up the peaches, I'm going to do raspberry blueberry. So let's see what raspberry blueberry gives me. The picture separate. Oh yeah, okay. The picture on the box had it pink and purple, and then it looked like it was just purple inside, but it is actually split halfway down the middle, so I guess I'm just putting the whole goddamn thing in my mouth. You know what? This one's good. I like it. I mean, again, I do wish that the chip quality was better, or cookie quality was better. But the flavor is pretty good. I don't know that I specifically get blueberry. I think it definitely get raspberry. But yeah, I don't think there's any actual blueberry taste to it. It smells good. Like, the smell is very good, much like the peach one, and then the flavor is actually quite good as well. But yeah, it's a lot more raspberry. I mean, raspberry is a more overpowering flavor and smell. But yeah, it definitely is more raspberry than it is blueberry. So I think that one... I think the flavor is better on that one than just the regular peach. So I'm going to put that one... I'm going to put that one second and the peach one third. And that leaves us with the interesting flavor of grape and peach. And we'll see how that goes. Grape and peach. Or grape and... Yeah, grape and peach. Oh, the inside... Ooh. It's very grape smelling. As much as the peach one was, like, very strongly peach, this one is very strongly grape, and I like almost no peach. Here we go. It's the smell very strong, the taste like not even there. I don't know if it's because I had a stronger one right before that, but yeah, there's no peach at all. Very subtle grape, but yeah, just nothing there. Yeah, that one was a little bit disappointing. I mean, it was the weird flavor. Yeah, so like overall, I mean, disappointed in the cookie quality. I would have liked the cookie to actually be an American or Canadian cookie, whoever makes the best ones. I don't know. Flavor wise, yeah, like the matcha one was fine. It was better than I thought, but it would still be my bottom. And then I'll put the regular Oreo one fourth because it's not as good as a regular Oreo. And also, obviously, if I want to eat an Oreo, I'm going to eat an actual regular one from here, not one from China. And then third, I'll do the regular peach. Second, I'll do... Actually, no, you know what? I did that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move. Third is going to be the grape peach because the flavor was just too subtle. The smell is great, but the flavor is too subtle. Then I'll do the full peach, and then I'll do the raspberry blueberry. But none of them are really that great. Like, the only one I would ever actually eat is the regular Oreo, and I would just get regular Oreo. So, yeah, a little disappointed by you, China. I never thought I would say that on this podcast. I never thought that China would disappoint me as greatly as it has, and now I'm on a no-fly list. So, cool. Good thing I don't have to ever fly to that side of the world. Oh, JK, I do. Well, hopefully we don't get grounded in China because I'll never leave. And then the only thing left to do is this Baskin-Robbins Korean exclusive rainbow sorbet water. It's a non-carbonated drink. And I guess we'll find out. I didn't even know they had Baskin Robbins in Korea. All right, let's get this bad boy popped. Yeah, so the front of it's got an orange and a pineapple. And that we'll see if it tastes like that. I should have cleansed my palate first, but then the energy drink will take it over. Well, too late now. Yeah, it's good. It's got like a very heavy pineapple flavor. So if you don't like pineapple flavored things, I don't think you would like this. The orange is like there, but it's overpowered by the pineapple. But yeah, it's like it's got a good flavor. It's not too sugary because I don't think Koreans specifically really love like strong sugar. So yeah, it's okay. I would probably drink this again. There was a second flavor. This one's a yellow bottle, and it was a red bottle or a pink bottle. It was a weird flavor, though, that I didn't want to try. Maybe because it either had like ginger or turmeric in it or something weird like that. Which, when I'm drinking juices, I typically like fruity and not weird, healthy ones. But yeah, it's good. I would definitely buy it again. This one's still available as well, so I know I can get it again. But yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I would like other flavors if they didn't have turmeric or whatever the fuck it was in it. Some kind of weird health option in a Baskin Robbins flavored sorbet water. But I didn't even realize there's also raspberries on it, but I don't think I taste raspberry at all. Let me take another quick sip and see if I can taste raspberry. I'm trying to do my best Scott impersonation at this point because he'd always do that. I guess a little bit, but maybe it's only because I'm thinking about it now and I know that it's in there. I don't know that I can actually taste it. It's a placebo effect. So that ends the fuck Chris Goodwin's ears portion of the podcast. And now I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up, B. I'm going to wrap it up by saying that I thought I muted like obviously at the current recording time of this podcast, which is February 20th, 2025. We are roughly a month away from realistically the best thing that this podcast ever did in the history of the podcast, which of course is March Madness, sexy March Madness. And I don't want to let anybody down. I want to continue that tradition in the good name of some other guy who's not here anymore. And I have had a few people in the past that have said, if you ever need help doing this March Madness episode or, need somebody to do it, there has been a few people that have said that they would. So I will be reaching out to the people that I feel like would do the best at it. And we'll get that figured out. I don't know what it will be because obviously the ideas of it were very specific to Scott and I, and I'm sure other people will hopefully be able to do what we do. And keep an eye out for that. I've got my best of 20. What were we at? 2021? No, did we do 2021 or did we do 2022? Let me take a quick look as I can hear Scott screaming at me, or like think 2021. Yeah. So I've got my best of 2021 list done, or like at least like all the things that I like haven't seen that I need to see, and that I like to actually do the full list. And just let me quickly check my Letterboxd. Yeah, I think I've got like everything that I would need to do. There's maybe like one or two things on here that I should probably watch, but I don't know if they would I don't know if they would break into the list, but I guess maybe I wouldn't know that until I watch it. But if they're easy to find on streaming, or I own them and haven't watched them yet, which I guess is possible with a couple of them. 1, 2. There's really only 2 I would need. Anyways, now I'm just talking to myself out loud. So, is that even important to this podcast? Probably not. There's maybe 2. If I can get around to watching these 2, then I'll do them. If not, who cares? So I do have my list. I have everything like compiled into like, here's the honorable mentions, here's the worsts, here's the favorites, and then I just have to cut down the list to the top 10, obviously. So I am fully ready to do that podcast. If that's what people want to hear, I will gladly do that. Sometimes I do need encouragement or feedback that like, hey, please do that. I'm hopefully doing this not too late into the podcast that people actually hear it, but I do. Yeah. If people want me to do the best of 2021 still, like we typically used to do, I will gladly do that. I mean, I will probably do it anyways, even if people don't care, but I will, being told by you people, you greedy thick hogs, that like, hey, we would love to see that. Then I go like, okay, now I want to do it more. Other words, I'm just doing it for myself and my own ego, and so that I can create those graphic cards that we had for everything else, right? And that's not as fun. So I will do that. We will be working on March Madness. We are like, here's the thing. I'm not like the biggest college sports fan. And by biggest, I mean, I'm not a college sports fan at all. But, and so, where I don't, so it's roughly a month away. I mean, I knew that, but I just didn't know if there was like an actual starting date. This is why I need a person who's a college sports guy to. It would appear that the last day of games before the tournament is the 9th. So I'm assuming that it'll start the 17th or 18th. So I have about a month to get all that together before I have to do anything important. And in the meantime, yes, I will do the best 2021. I can also, maybe if I get enough time to figure it out, I will do other stuff. And yeah, that's the end of the story. You can follow me on, I guess, if you want. I mean, Letterboxd is the only one that's important. I'm constantly trying to figure out if I want to delete Twitter. Because I like actively don't use it. It is sort of the way that I talk to a few people, and if those few people are still able to hit me up like on another platform and we can still talk, then I will definitely get rid of it. Because I just don't use it. I don't really. I post very infrequently. For the longest time, I was only keeping it so that I could look up like Japanese wrestling stuff mostly, and like I'm not as invested in that anymore, and so I just don't care. Oh God, this goddamn cat. Oh, this goddamn cat. Haru, you can't go that way. Nope, go there. Go there. Yep. No, go. You made the right decision. Okay, good job. Where was I going with this? Thanks, cat. You fucking distracted me. my mind's blank now, so maybe I should just say goodbye. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Maybe I'm tired, or maybe I'm just full of disgusting chips and underwhelming Oreos to continue using my brain. Yeah, Twitter, maybe gone. That's what I was thinking about. Maybe Twitter's gone, but you can follow me on Instagram if you want. I don't really post on Instagram. I usually just share reels that I think are funny, and that's about it. But Letterboxd is the important one because that's where I do most of my activity. So you can follow me at Saren Softpaws, or if I get enough people wanting me. Thing is, I have had people ask me about Blue Sky. And the thing is, it's not that I'm oh, Twitter's full of Nazis and CP, and, I hate it. I need to go somewhere where I can have, more people that think like me, or, so I don't open my thing and see a bunch of, neo-Nazis or whatever. It's not necessarily that, because, yeah, that stuff's there and it's awful and it's horrible. And I just don't use it. And I don't really want to get a new thing to just not use. And also because the only thing I would be using Twitter for, which again is Japanese wrestling, supporting Elon Musk, looking up where I can find CP, why would I go to another place when I can already have that there? Nah, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm just kidding. But I don't want a new thing to just not go to. And I don't know that the Japanese wrestling stuff is really on Blue Sky, or that the movie things that I follow, or the information I want, the information I do want from Twitter, I don't think at the moment exists on Blue Sky. So I would just be getting rid of something that I can ignore 80% of to get the 20% information I want, as opposed to going to a new platform where I don't even know if I can get that 20%, and I also don't want any of the other things that are going on typically with it. So I don't want to get it. Obviously, if I can't talk, there's already a couple of people who have said to me hey, I'm getting off here, and if you want to keep talking, we can talk on Blue Sky. If not, totally cool, whatever. It's well, yeah, I obviously would like to keep talking, but the problem is, I don't want to get a new thing. That's kind of the thing. So if I can find a way to keep talking to the people I want to keep talking to, then I will, without having to get Blue Sky. And if not, then I guess I just won't have Twitter anymore, and I won't have Blue Sky, and I won't be able to talk to the 4 or 5 people I typically talk to on there. And then I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah, Saren Softpaws on Instagram, Saren Softpaws on Letterboxd. Obviously, you're following this YouTube, or at least know what it is, because it's the only way to listen to the podcast, because I haven't figured out. Well, I also just don't give a shit about it to put it on Spotify, even though people have asked me several times. And the Twitch thing, I still would like to. Again, it's more of a motivation and I'm too depressed to do it thing, but I want to do it. So we'll see what happens in the future. And if you have comments, concerns, complaints, queries, if you've got queer eyes for this straight guy, you can always leave the comment below, and I will read them and see what's up. And I will hopefully upload the best of 2021 next week. Assuming I actually watch those 2 movies I need to watch, although I don't really know if I really need to watch them. I just want to watch them. That's the big difference. Do I need to watch Gaspar Noé's Vortex? And do I need to watch the documentary about Ennio Morricone? Because I want to watch both, but do I need to watch both is the real question. I guess there's a couple other ones I probably should watch. God damn it. I'm going to say I'm ready right this second. And And if you do or don't see the next podcast that says best of 2021, you'll know it's because I'm a coward and I decided I have to watch more things, which goes directly against the things I said earlier about not wanting to watch all of that wrestling that I'm supposed to watch for year-end awards. We'll do that, and then we'll see how that goes, and then we'll build towards doing the actual March Madness, which... if I get the motivation and the support for it, maybe I'll just do it on... No, I can't do it live because there's too much copyright stuff. Well, we'll do it. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for how I'm going to figure out how to do the things I want to do, because I'm lazy and bad at things. Yeah, thanks for coming. Hopefully it's more than 4 of you, and if it's not, then that's my own fault for not doing anything for 2 months, and I have nobody to blame but myself. And if you love me and want to keep... God, if you want to keep support... I hate doing this. This is where I need Scott to do. If you love me and you want to support the podcast and you want to help out and keep me motivated to do some things, because as much as doing this for fun is fun, if people give me their money, it makes me more motivated to do it. And so if you want more podcasts and you want more stuff, then you can always paypal.me/SarenSoftpaws, and then I'll think I'm important enough to keep talking on a podcast by myself, or maybe with friends, but the end of statement. And then if you are somebody who's interested in helping me grow my movie collection, I do obviously have Amazon wish lists and stuff that you don't have to, like, anyways. I hate this. I absolutely hate this, because it's the point where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do a thing that I have gotten money for in the past and gotten support for from people who are all listening to this, but now it's just, I'm like, okay, but I have to do the thing where I'm like, hey, you should give me your money, because Scott used to do that, and then you would give us your money. So give me your money and I'll do something good with it. Maybe. Okay, bye.